there, I'm Emgris, I'm from Russia, and this vlog is about Russia, its peculiarities, some interesting facts and some quite exciting information about Russia. Welcome to my channel. And today I want to show you Moscow Metro. They say it's like the palace under the ground, and not all of the stations are worth visiting, but some of them are totally are, and I want to show you top 7 the most beautiful stations in Moscow Metro, and I will tell you some interesting facts about them. The Moscow Metro, the whole system was founded in the 30s, and it's called Moscow Metro by the name of Lenin. The stations that were founded in the 30s and 40s, okay, not in the 40s. In the 40s there was the war, the Great Patriotic War and the Second World War. That is the same thing. And but in the 30s, the metro was really of like empire style, representing a lot of ambitions, and we can see a lot of details like the imperial times. Later in the 70s, there were no decorations, and all the stations were really humble and strict. But there are also new metro stations that are also kind of unique because they are new, and especially if we're talking about new metro stations in the city center, we can actually say that they are also very beautiful. They are a bit futuristic, but still they are very nice, and I totally recommend seeing not only the metro in in Copenhagen. No, sorry, not Copenhagen, Oslo. Please help me in the comments. Where is this really beautiful metro system in the Scandinavian countries? I've been there, I don't remember. But the Moscow Metro is also very unique and worth visiting just for some excursional viewpoint. In my opinion, this is the most beautiful station in Moscow Metro. This is called Plощadь Revolutzii. It's just in the center of Moscow. And it is memorable for its 76 statues that are situated all around this station. Let me show you some of them. This is the most famous statue on the station, and people usually touch its nose for good luck. And actually, usually, first of all, the students wanted to touch its nose for a better education and for the better marks, but right now usually people just go around the statue and just touch its nose, and for those who don't, who is not high enough, they touch the dog, just the dog itself. Previous footage might be a little raw, but it's just some man looked at me and he saw that I was filming, and he just offered to film me. That's why it's a bit weird, but it's fun. And here is another statue with a dog that you can see also has a very shiny nose. But actually, because the dog is so famous, people do touch different parts of those statues for some good luck, for some fun, like this flag or something like that. People always tend to find some nice spots to touch, and they feel that it will make them happy and it will bring them good luck. Why not? This is the station Kievskaya, one of the old stations. One of those stations is on the Circle line, one of the stations is on the Radial line, and both of them are really nice. All the decorations on both those stations are dedicated to the good relationships and friendship with Russia and Russia with Ukraine. This is not a thing nowadays. I mean, it's complicated, but the station is definitely still here, and it's definitely still beautiful. The station is named after Kiev, the capital of Ukraine, and you can see a lot of fresks and mosaics all around the station that show some of the craftsmen and some of the traditional dances, traditional traditions basically, and things that they do over there, like harvest crops, welcome some of the heroes, like dancing and all of that. Can you guess what's the name of the station? What about now? It's Teatralnaya metro station, it's theater metro station. This is my personal favorite, Mayakovskaya. You can see that it's so bright, so light, so airy, and if you look up, you can actually see the fresks and mosaics, and each of them celebrate some event, some place in Moscow, and just look up and enjoy. You might ask me why there are so many policemen in the metro. Actually, today is a huge oppositional event. Around 40,000 people went outside on the streets of Moscow and just walk because Navalny, the main opposition, the main politic from opposition, is in prison for 30 days, and people want freedom for him and freedom for themselves. That's why you see a lot of policemen, because all of them have been were taken to the city center, so that first of all, so that no bad things will happen, but also people are kind of afraid of them because this meeting is not sanctioned by the government, and people can get in jail for just being there. This is Komsomolskaya metro station, their circle line, and they say that that's the station that is the gate to Moscow, just because on this station upstairs you can see and find 3 railway stations, and that's why most of the people that come to Moscow by train, most of them enter Moscow from this station, so they go under the ground and then they travel to whatever place they need, and that's kind of the very empire, like the Soviet times empire. So I'm not good with English today, I guess. Let's just have a look. This is the station Sretenskiy boulevard. I want to show it to you because not all of the metro stations were built in 30s, 40s and 50s. Some of the stations are quite new, and this is an example of one of them, and I think it's a pretty nice example. It's modern, it's very unique, and it has a lot of nice details. Look at this. I think it really makes the station interesting and very unusual. This is the station Rimskaya. It's not the best station in terms of the beauty of it, but it has one, not very hidden, but one secret. Let me show you. On the station you can find the only fountain that can be found in Moscow metro, and they say that it's a unique object because usually in metro they don't do fountains. But unfortunately today it's not working, and I don't know why, but just imagine that behind those statues there was a fountain, there should be a fountain. And I want to finish with the metro station that was built in the 70s. Back at those times the stations were not as beautiful and as covered by all the details, because during that time the politics was about less decorations in architecture. That's why even the metro stations were like very humble and strict, but still they managed to make pretty nice things, and that's one of those stations, just nothing special, just a nice decoration. The station is called Aviamotornaya. That is like like motor of the planes, planes motors, planes engines. That's why it's about flights, it's about planes and all this air thematic.